Dragon Ball Super has been teasing the idea of Vegeta becoming the next god of destruction for quite some time now. While in certain ways it seems likely, there are other reasons why it wouldn't be such a good idea even if it seems great on the surface. But before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like and comment on the video, and if you're able, please sign up for channel memberships for exclusive content, which really helps us out. Anyway, back to the video. So, throughout Super, BEERUS has taken an interest in Goku and Vegeta and begun training them himself, considering both of them as potential successors. BEERUS has even inquired about Gohan potentially filling the role in recent chapters, although it was ultimately decided that Gohan's personality isn't a good fit for the role. While there aren't any real requirements to become the next god of destruction aside from earning the existing destroyer's confidence, Vegeta's violent nature does make him seem like he'd be a good candidate on the surface. Is that really what lays in Vegeta's future though? In the manga, the only god of destruction successor that is definitely chosen is Top of Universe 11. Top isn't the strongest in his universe, though he is a solid second, and he is a personality that's strongly aligned with his idea of justice, which may seem surprising. However, it's important to realize that while gods of destruction do destroy planets, the goal isn't simply malice or punishment. It's about eliminating problems that could bring down the mortal level of the entire universe, putting them at risk of being deleted by Zeno. A destroyer's victims are casualties of the way the multiverse is run. Top, like Vegeta, is able to use Hakai, the power of destruction. Vegeta took this a step further and learned the Ultra Ego form from BEERUS, which causes him to grow stronger the more damage that he takes. Vegeta used that against Granola and Gas, but it didn't quite measure up to the villain's Dragon Ball empowered form. Ultra Ego is definitely powerful though, as its use of Hakai makes it extremely threatening to anyone who isn't wielding Divine Ki. Vegeta has taken to the God of Destruction powers quite well, and it's not hard to imagine him putting them to great effect. When thinking about Vegeta as a god of destruction, it's easy to flash back to his days as a villain and imagine that version of Vegeta with the powers of a destroyer. However, that's simply not who Vegeta is anymore. He's grown greatly as he's raised a family and throughout Super has begun to repent for his actions towards the Namekians, for example. Vegeta isn't the callous Saiyan who came to Earth all those years ago. He has a heart and a conscience now, and the weight of his evil deeds from the past rests heavily upon him. This has been shown when he used Ultra Ego as well. Vegeta tried to put on his villainous act again as he used the new form, but ultimately had to admit to himself that he's not that person anymore. It makes the God of Destruction powers more difficult to use, and Vegeta was already struggling to stay conscious as he took increasingly more damage. The fact of the matter is that Vegeta has become a good person, and the guilt of using the Destroyer powers for their intended purpose would be difficult for him to bear even for a relatively short period of time. His slow transformation into a legitimately good guy has taken literally decades in universe. He owns up to his mistakes of the past and makes an effort to atone for these decisions. He was even willing to sit out the Tournament of Power just to be there for the birth of Bulla, showing that he puts family ahead of fighting, something even Goku cannot claim. Vegeta has a home and things to protect now, and becoming a destroyer god would go against everything he's built. After all, there's no indication of what would happen to Bulma if he did become a god of destruction. Would he still be allowed to live on Earth with her? What about Trunks and Bulla? While the path of a destroyer certainly offers a lot of power and that's appealing to Vegeta, the Saiyan Prince simply has too much to lose to consider a role as a destroyer, and his conscience, fresh though it may be, wouldn't let him perform the job of destruction as callously as he needs to. Dragon Ball Super may have set up Vegeta as BEERUS' successor, but the truth is, Vegeta just doesn't have it in him anymore, and that's a good thing.